What's up, y'all, and welcome back to TDR, the podcast where we're talking about gaming, the gaming community, and the ways digital spaces shape our real lives. I'm really excited about today's episode because we're talking about something that has quietly taken over a huge part of gaming culture over the past few years, and that's cozy games. Let's get into it.
Yeah, booed up, back on, new day, same squad, game on. Hey! Patch notes, hot takes, press start, welcome to the show. Let's chart that heart, yeah. Digital respawn, we load in, we don't log off. From the grind to the big boss fights, level up your day, we online all night. Digital respawn, new life for the big boss fight. From the grind to the mics go gone. It's the digital respawn, yeah. The digital respawn.
Yeah, I know what y'all about to say. Oh my God, Carl, I was looking for an episode last week. What is going on? What you doing? Listen. Things got a little hectic, okay? But we're here, we're back, congested and all, the allergies. These allergies of mine are out of control, okay? So excuse me if I sound a little nasally and I cough here or there, okay? Because I'm not editing none of that out. If I sneeze, just say bless you, y'all, and we're going to keep on going, okay? Now, like Shanae, now. I wasn't even talking to you, Anyways, I'm sorry. All right, so we're talking about cozy games. If you've ever opened a game, not because you wanted competition or progression or even a little challenge, but because you wanted comfort, then this episode is for you. So I'm going to talk about why cozy games feel different from other genres, why so many players are gravitating towards them right now, and why these slower, softer gaming experiences are becoming such an important part of how people connect with games in the first place. Something I've noticed lately is that cozy games aren't just something people play occasionally anymore, right? They're becoming part of routines. People check their islands before work. They log in after dinner to water crops. And when I tell you that's so real, like I do it. I mean, we decorate our spaces before we go to bed. We make sure, like, for example, Pocopia. I make sure that I get all the materials I need for a building to be done. I get my Pokemon, I gather them up, and I put them to work. So in the morning when I get up and I check, my building is done. I'm just saying. These games are becoming places we return to, not just the experiences we complete. And that shift says something really interesting about what players need from games right now. So later in the episode, I'm going to play a small interactive game with you guys called Cozy Game or Chaos Game, or we could say Cozy versus Chaos, cozy or chaotic, something like that. And it's going to be really, really cute. But first, I want to start with something simple that sits at the center of this whole conversation, which is actually what makes a game feel cozy in the first place. So one of the interesting things about cozy games is that everyone seems to recognize one when they see it. It's actually kind of difficult to define what makes a cozy game beyond just the art style of the whole cutesy, soft touch type, chubby. You got to look that up. Y'all help me out in the comments with that one because I can't remember the art style for that. But cozy games aren't only soft colors and just the relaxing music, right? Even though those things help set the tone, what really defines them is the feeling they create while you're playing. So they tend to be low pressure. They don't punish mistakes in harsh ways. The only that, like, you forget to water your crops. Okay, cool. You're just going to have to do it the next time you get online. They're not going to die or anything like that. In the cozy games, they usually include routines like planting your crops, right? Decorating those spaces, building friendships with characters, or even returning to familiar locations that start to feel personal over time, depending on what the story is in the game, right? So what makes these cozy games stand out the most, though, is that they don't demand high performance from you. Competitive games like Marvel Rivals and Overwatch, those type of games often ask whether you're fast enough, skilled enough, or even ranked high enough, but cozy games usually ask something completely different. They ask whether you want to stay a while, right? That shift changes the emotional experience of playing in a way that's easy to overlook until you really think about it. Sometimes, after a long day, what players need isn't like a challenge to overcome. I mean, some people do, but sometimes what they need is somewhere predictable and welcoming where nothing bad happens if they take things slowly. Imagine coming home from work, right? And you had a long day and you just want to get online and play some games, right? So you decide, I'm gonna log on to like Overwatch and I just want to chill, play my games. As soon as you get on there, you got people talking trash in the comments, people in the voice notes. I mean, in the voice chat, just going crazy on you and everybody on your team. It's just horrible. So now your day continues to be chaotic because you played this game. So I think cozy games create that kind of space in a way where very few other genres do. You can relax a little bit. And this is why cozy games are literally everywhere right now. And something I've been thinking about a lot recently is why cozy games are everywhere suddenly, right? It's not that they don't exist or they didn't exist before, because they did. But there's just been this noticeable shift in how often people are choosing them and how central they've become to gaming routines. Part of that, honestly, has less to do with the gaming trends and more to do with how people are feeling in general right now. Everybody's super emotional. It's a lot going on, and a lot of players are tired. Work is demanding, schedules are super busy, the world moves quickly, and even entertainment sometimes starts to feel like another place where we're expected to perform. So cozy games, they offer something that feels surprisingly rare, which is the ability to feel productive without feeling pressured. You can decorate a space, like I said earlier, check on some of your crops. You can help a character with something small, or just complete a short task in a single session and still feel like you accomplished something meaningful. That small sense of progress matters more than we sometimes realize, especially on days when life feels really heavy. Cozy games can create gentle structure without expectations, and that combination is really powerful for all of us. And another reason that I believe cozy games became so important for so many players is something a lot of us experienced during the pandemic, right? When gaming shifted from being mostly entertainment into something closer to connection and stability. People weren't just logging in to win anymore, they were logging in to spend time together, to maintain those routines, and to keep in touch with friends when physical spaces weren't available. So those habits never disappeared afterward. They stayed, got stronger, and now cozy gaming has become part of how people relax instead of just how you pass time. So, cozy games, I think, do better than almost any other genre by creating emotional safety. Cozy games are those emotional safe spaces. Sometimes we don't open cozy games because we're excited to make progress. Sometimes we open them because we want to feel okay again. There's something grounding about, predictable worlds where characters are happy to see you and the environment responds gently to your presence. The music isn't rushing you, the objectives aren't urgent, and the pacing actually gives you permission to exist instead of perform. So you can just be there and relax and do your own thing on your own time. There's no pressure. You don't have to finish this this house by within the 3 minutes. You don't have to gather all of these materials in a short period of time. You have plenty of time to do what you need to do and explore and just free your mind and be chill about things. And that predictability becomes especially meaningful when life outside the game feels really unpredictable. Logging into a cozy game can feel like, let me see, like stepping somewhere stable where things make sense again, right? Like your house is still where you left it, your crops are still growing, your villagers still recognize you. For example, like Animal Crossing, it's so cute when you spend such a long time away from that game and you come back, right? You log in, you're stepping out of your house, your hair is all disheveled, and you like fix it back up. And when you start talking to your villagers, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in like 2 months," or "Oh my gosh, it's been like 3 months. How you been?" "Oh, Carl, it's great to see you," and they're super excited. They want to come by the house and do all of this cute stuff. So it's really, I really appreciate where cozy games have gone and the progress that they've made and how they make you feel. Me personally, it makes me feel great to play a cozy game and just relax. That 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 progress matters more than we sometimes realize because it creates a sense of belonging inside a digital space. I think that's why so many players describe their favorite cozy games as places that feel like home rather than games they're trying to finish, right? When a game starts to feel like that, you return to it differently. You don't really come back because you have a goal. You come back because you want to spend more time there. And one of the biggest misconceptions about, now, y'all better not, because I stumbled over misconceptions. My lips were going all over the place when I said that, and y'all better not laugh. Don't do this. Don't do this. But honestly, one of the biggest misconceptions about cozy games is that they're mostly single player experiences, but they're actually incredibly social in a quieter way than are competitive games, right? Instead of measuring, I want to say, progress against each other, players visit each other's spaces. They decorate together, share screenshots, and exchange outfit ideas. So they build communities around creativity instead of performance. So it's no competition. It can be. It can actually be a healthy competition if you're doing like a decorative competition. Okay, cool. Who can decorate this room the best, right? Depending on what theme it is. That's healthy. It's something you would love to do, but you don't have to like overextend yourself in your performance to prove yourself to your team, right? Or anything like that. This is solely just you and your progress. I mean, your project and your progress creatively. So there's something really special about that kind of interaction because it feels closer to hanging out than competing. It reminds me a little bit of something we don't talk about often in gaming, which is parallel play. So with that, you're together, sharing space, but nobody is expecting anything from you except your presence. So we can literally, and that happens a lot in Discord calls. I can join a Discord call and me and friends and some of my friends will just be chilling. Everybody's playing a different game and we're just coexisting there. That's it. Like that kind of social gaming is becoming more important to people because not everyone wants their friendships tied to rankings or match outcomes. Sometimes friendship in gaming just means visiting someone's island and walking around together for a while. Period. We can literally just be in the same Discord playing the same exact game, doing our own thing. And it's a good feeling. There's no arguments, there's no expectation. You just do whatever you got to do. This episode is brought to you by Hey Mister. If you're looking for an easy and discreet way to take control of your sexual health, Hey Mister helps you get access to PrEP, a medication that helps prevent HIV all from home. No waiting rooms, no hassle. You can get tested, connect with a provider, and have everything delivered right to your door. It's simple, it's private, and it's designed to fit into your life. To learn more or to get started, visit heymister.com. That's HEYMISTR.com. All right, friends, welcome back. I know that was a jarring ad. I was just talking about, all things cozy, but sexual health is important, and I want you guys to make sure you stay safe out there, especially during this time. We're coming up, and Pride is right around the corner. So I just want to make sure you're cool. You know what I'm saying? You got to be cool. Relax. We're all grown here. But now I want to get into a quick little game. It's different than just your normal, I want to say, like, this or that. You know what I'm saying? So it's something I started noticing about myself recently is that my gaming mood changes depending on the day, right? So some days I want something calm and predictable, and other days I want something fast and intense. So I thought it would be fun for us to play this game together. So what I'm going to do is just describe a few situations, and you can decide which category they belong in for you, because honestly, the answers can be different for anyone. So here we go. Okay. So fishing quietly at sunset while the in-game music changes as the sky gets darker. Does that feel chaotic to you, cozy to you, or does it depend on the type of music that pops up? Now, for me, it feels cozy. It feels cozy. Now, it can be chaotic if some damn heavy metal started playing as it got darker. Okay, because girl, now we got to run. You know what I mean? Child, I'm leaving my fishing rod behind. We got to go. No. But yes, that's very cozy. Next, inventory management while something is actively chasing you through a dungeon. Now, if any of you guys say that's cozy, maybe we should have a discussion. Maybe we need a one-on-one, because I'm concerned. For me, that's pure chaos, right? And mind you, these are super easy. It's not like we're not going to play a difficult game here. This is really easy. Okay, next, decorating your house for a seasonal event inside a game. Cozy. Now, on the other side, can it be chaotic? You let me know in the chat how decorating your house for a seasonal event can be chaotic. You let me know in the chat, in the comments, and in your responses, all those things. Just let me know. All right, speed running a boss fight after failing multiple times. That's chaotic. Duh. And then last but not least, logging in to check on your villagers to see what they're doing that day. Cozy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was it. That's the game. But leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. You can pause it, rewind it, so you can hear each of the descriptions. But what I like about this little comparison is that it shows something really important. So most players don't live in just one category. We rotate between cozy gaming and chaos gaming, depending on what we need emotionally that day. And then we also recognize that shift can actually help us choose games more intentionally instead of just automatically opening whatever we usually play. So I hope you enjoyed that little piece. So when people say cozy games hit different, I think what they're really responding to is the pacing of the game, because most games are designed around progress. You level up faster, unlock more things. What else? What else do you do, y'all? You complete objectives quickly. You move forward efficiently. So cozy games are really designed around presence instead of progress. So they invite you to stay longer instead of finishing faster. Okay, so it's glorified edging. They reward they reward routines instead of speed, and they give players, I want to say, a space to personalize their environments. Does that make sense? And build relationships at their own pace. That kind of design to me feels different because it respects your energy instead of competing with it. And then, especially right now when so many things in life are just, it just feels fast and demanding. Games that let players slow down feel unusually valuable. So, cozy games don't ask you to keep up, they meet you where you are, give you somewhere to return to, like I said earlier, instead of somewhere to conquer. And I think that's why so many players are building long-term relationships, with them instead of moving on once they're finished. Now, I do have a question for all of my listeners, and I would love it if you would respond to me via email at tdrespawn@gmail.com. I will read them on an episode or on a future episode. And yes, you will remain anonymous. Don't worry. Choose whatever name you want to choose for yourself when you're writing in. But something I would really love to hear from y'all about after this episode is what cozy game feels like home to you and why. So, which cozy game feels like home to you and why? Because I'm always interested in whether it's a specific character people connect with, or a space they built inside the game, or just routine they return to during a particular time in their life. Those stories are honestly some of my favorite parts of making this podcast. And I would love, love, love to hear more from you. I do have a few people that wrote in, and I appreciate you so much. Your stories are fantastic, especially the dating ones. I have not read them on stream yet. Some were super funny, and others which have been requested not to read. It was it was a huge eye opener. I'll say that. And best of luck to you. Um, so there is a really good chance I'll share some of them in the future on the Digital Respawn, also known as TDR. So I want to say, with all of that, thank you so much for spending this time with me today and for being part of this conversation about something that I think is becoming more and more important in gaming culture. Now, if this episode reminded you of a cozy game you haven't opened in a while, this might be a good time to go check in on it. Visit your villagers, water your crops, decorate a space, or just exist somewhere calm for a little while. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.